Alright folks, hello and welcome to another modern stream. We're going to be playing a little bit of a spicy one and a kind of bad one. So this is Green White Reclaimer, the usual. You love it, you hate it, you love to hate it, you hate to love it, whatever it is. But it's great and it's part of the modern metagame and it's very good. So Green White Reclaimer with the usual suspects: Elamber Skull, Reclaimer, Explores, Dryad, Primetime. What we are adding that's a little bit different, obviously, it's Karn the Great Creator. Karn is just very, very good in the current meta, obviously. And we're kind of just jamming it here. This is the list that Batutinha, who is a very, very good Brazilian player, took to the top 8 of this past weekend's challenge. I was on his stream. His streams in Portuguese in a channel called Liga Magic. And he told me that he thought the list was terrible and I shouldn't play it, but I am stubborn like that. I'm looking at the list right now and it is indeed terrible. Like, it's very bad. It has 61 cards. It has 2 Cavern of Souls, which it can't really afford to play, so that's already bad. It has both Sacred Foundry and Scattered Groves, with only 1 Temple Garden. Like, there's so many things I don't like about this list, but whatever, we're just gonna run it as is for value. I think that the idea of adding Karn to Green White Reclaimer is interesting, but I don't think it makes too much sense because you're actually sacrificing a lot. You're sacrificing your toolbox for adding Karn instead, because if you look at the sideboard, like, the sideboard is basically inexistent. Like, all of the stuff that we have access to, the Eidolons, the extra operations, the all of that stuff, you just don't have the room for that because you are actually using a Karn wishboard. So I think that just kind of by design the idea doesn't work, and if I were to take on this idea, I would probably not go all in on the Karn package, and I would add like maybe 2 or 3 cards to the Karn package, and everything else I would just like keep the original setup. Because I think that you are basically hurting the power of Elamber Skull a lot, particularly by not playing stuff like the Druid, for example. I think that the Druid is excellent in this kind of deck. So we're gonna see how it goes. Also, like, the stuff that it's in the cyber, like Witchbane Orb is absolutely unplayable. Chalice of the Void is absolutely unplayable in this kind of deck. Like, it just has bad cards in the sideboard, so that's even more of a reason to not want to be doing something like this. Crucible is interesting. Usually in Amulet lists, I think that Raminab is just better than Crucible, even if you're playing Karn. If you want an effect like that, like, you might as well just be playing Raminab because you can pact for it. And it doesn't mean that your Karn needs to resolve. Like, you can just naturally draw the effect. But in matchups where you want that kind of effect, you want to make sure that you see it more reliably. So in this list, it might be different. But in Amulet, I'd much rather have access to Raminab. If you think you need anything but Karn, you are just wrong. Use your Planeswalker tutor lane. Such a lane does not exist, then Wizard stops being Karn. Yeah. It honestly kind of feels like Wizards will never stop being cowards. This hand is good though. We only have to draw the other half of Splinter Twin and we're gonna be good to go. Could have fetched for a Shockland there. I don't think I want to do that, but I definitely want to fetch because I want to make sure that if I need to make this Reclaimer a 3/4 on turn 2, I can. Might matter. What is this art? 2020 limited showcase prestige. So I guess my opponent top 8 at the showcase. Good for them. Fetch forest, sack forest for flagstones. Play another one of these. Bye Pass the turn. Mana leak, that's fine. We have options. We can go get Cavern. We can keep the Reclaimer engine going. All of those are options. This might be the escape shift list though, so I kind of have to watch out for that. I'm obviously not gonna get cast because I don't want to jam a Titan into all of that mana. And same thing here. So we're just gonna pass the turn here. Want to pass this guy? Okay. Wow, we kind of drew all of our basics, didn't we? Good old Cavern Giant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Turn 1 Reclaimer, that's it again. Boils. Path to Exile. Easy cyberling. Easy cyberling. Pretty straightforward. Turn 1 Reclaimer, baby. Honestly, it's so powerful. The other day, Gab was streaming blue-white control, and his opponent went turn 1 Reclaimer, and Gab is just like, yeah, I can't beat that motherfucker, so fuck me, I guess. And I'm like, yep. Purge only hits black and red permanents, not counter them. Card is unplayable compared to Gust. Triple box. Why with double P? What's the idea for the second P? Reclaimer needs a cool nickname like Stacy and Steve. Nah, Reclaimer is Reclaimer. Ashiok. They should minus on themselves. They minused on me, obviously. Obviously, my opponent minuses on me. And they don't play land. Maybe I should have... Huh, it's interesting. Like, maybe I should have... Held on to this to cycle. Oh, punt didn't get there. Feels bad, man. This could still be the Scape Shift deck. We don't know, but it could be. This could have been a cavern or something like that, right? But the thing is that I don't want my opponent to be able to just like blow up a cavern, right? That's why I didn't get the cavern when I could. Like, I'd rather just draw it naturally. Oh, this is just 4-color Omnath. Okay. So it's not Scape Shift, it's just Omnath. Excuse you? Excuse you? It's okay, it's gonna be a surprise for game 3. It's gonna be a surprise for game 3. Okay, so I guess I do like the purges a lot, so let's bring those in. On the draw, I don't care so much about Boil. Have I tried Reclaimer plus Omnath? I have not. We see the real cost of Castle Gernberg right here. Ashiok makes me sad, yeah, I know. Fuck Ashiok, man. Actually, now that I think about it, I think I played a league with Reclaimer with what's his name? With Reclaimer plus Omnath. And I didn't like it at all. Stoneforge Mystic. Better Skull. How could anybody beat that? We can even purge the Better Skull. Powers. No land. Yikes. Point in considering whether they're gonna gust this or they're gonna play the Better Skull, they have to gust this. Playing Better Skull seems like a losing proposition. So now they have to answer this. Show Mike, thank you for the follow. So this is now effectively a time walk. Because my opponent didn't do anything with the Stoneforge Mystic, they even discarded a card with the Euro, and I got my value from the Reclaimer. If they slam the Ashiok here, exile with Purge. Get him. Oh. Okay. So we get to resolve a Titan now? Oh, I guess I could have played Reclaimer here as well. Whoops. I don't think it's gonna matter too much, but you hate to leave value on the table. We're done here. My opponent can't win anymore. How what? Oh, how we can play Reclaimer? We make the mana for Castle and we use this instead of the last green mana. We use the green mana to play Reclaimer. One, two, three. Fairy, fairy, face, face, face. Finally made it. Hey, that guy. Welcome. Is my streaming time usually bad for your time zone or something like that? Because I'm streaming at what is a weird time for me. 3 mana sorcery looks 6 stops, puts a land tapped on battlefield and average Reclaimer at hand. What? Oh, you were stuck at the net. Okay. I have no idea what you're talking about, Palida Naluta. Fetch for Scattered Groves. I feel like I'm starting to lag a little bit. Okay. Let's try a couple too many lands. My opponent just lets it resolve. Oh, there's a new spoiled card that puts an elf on a land. Not that bad. I think it's pretty bad, yeah. I mean, it's not bad. Like, it's just not modern playable. Which is not necessarily mean that it's bad. It just means that I don't really care for it. Because it's not in the formats that I play. It's not playable in the formats that I care about. So we're gonna call here on end step. If my opponent counters it, that's they fall into our trap. Hardcast Force probably. Yep. Illidan's Call is just so great, you know. This card is pretty fucked up too, I'm not gonna lie. So we have a shit ton of lands, so we're definitely getting field. And do we want to put on the pressure? I think we do want to put on the pressure, so I'm just gonna get Ghost Quarter here. If we get fielded, plus the Titan gets path, we might be in trouble, but it seems like opponent just didn't have it. I care about Pioneer. You're putting me in a tough spot, Stabs. You're putting me in a tough spot. Based on the draw, I like Boil better. It's weird, right? Like, my opponent did not counter the Explorer on turn 2, and it's just so innocuous. But if my opponent had countered that Explorer, then I wouldn't have been in good shape. How does Karn feel in the list? I have not played it a single time just yet. I think this card is bad. This list is bad. That's it. Where's the unsubscribe button? Stabs. Be honest with me. Has anybody won as many matches with Reclaimer less Reclaimer as I have in the world? Like, this is worldwide. Has anybody won as much with that deck as I have? This is the Batutinha list? Yeah, it is. I have never seen it. Exactly. That's my point. So how can you really unsub to the person with the highest win rate in the entire world with Reclaimer less Reclaimer? Can you even unsub to that person? That's what I want to know. Just matches were so embarrassing to watch. Shh. Oh, you're talking about something else. Never mind. Never, ever, for a second, did not have it. Siva even scooped match 1 because he messed up the mulligan rule and he still lost. Brutal. Are we boiling here just as a tempo play? Just double Stone Rain? I love Renin 6 as a card, hated what it did to Legacy. Oh yeah, this card is messed up. Divined Tarn. Okay, so what can we and can't we do? Start here. Let's get a Snow Forest. Play Reclaimer. So now they have to deal with Reclaimer and they have to deal with Titan. Ashiok would suck. I'll say that much. Fairy down. So they have Gust. So we're just gonna do this. And I'm gonna upkeep. We do it on upkeep, right? Yeah, because if we do it on upkeep, if my opponent wants to counter it, then they tap out for they tap out for my Titan turn. And they still have to be double Reclaimer. Supreme Verdict. Sounds good. Field. How many verdicts do you got over there? I'm not gonna play the other one because like my opponent can't beat this already, so I'm gonna force them to do something. Man, after playing 2 leagues with Astral Rain and now going ahead and playing with a real deck is just it's a different experience. It is a different experience. Just been owning our opponents thanks to Reclaimer. I love this card so much. This card is so good. It still blows my mind that it spent like an entire year in the bulk rare. In the bulk rare boxes. I wonder how many Elvish Reclaimers are out there, you know? How many cards that right now are just bulk rares that are just waiting for their break? Don't Thoughtseize me, bro. Ugh. 3 just laying around, yeah, exactly. I don't think Reclaimer was ever bulky. It was always a few dollars because of Legacy Dark Depths. Nope. When I bought my playset of Reclaimers, I bought them at 90 cents each. So it was definitely a bulk rare. Flagstones is a much better bulk rare example. Well, Flagstones was cheap. I guess Flagstones was expensive. Then it became cheap when it got reprinted the first time. I think in Ultimate Masters or one of those. And then it slowly but surely started going lower and lower in price. And then between Green-White Reclaimer and the Aspirant Spike deck, both of those decks kind of made Flagstones spike in a big way. You paid 6 on each for mine. If you did, that was after the spike, like after the deck was popular. Apparition, Dryad. So I guess we just have to wait for... We just have to go for a Titan. Because the other cards are just not going to be enough. Old border, old-timey text amulets. Yeah, that would be so hot. Interesting that my opponent didn't want to activate the field from there. Although I guess what are they feeling? Never mind. Yeah, it makes sense that they didn't do anything. That sucks. Thoughtseize number 3. Thoughtseize número 3. All right, Titan, come to me. Primetime, come to me. Let's close this one out. I love you. You know we know I love you. I know you love me. Now is your time. Now is your time to come running towards the top of my deck. And for me to slam it and win. Okay, I guess I'm dead now. I think Titan doesn't stabilize here. One. Okay. So explosive sounds good. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's just hope that we draw better. This deck is missing Astral Slide. Yep. Lingering Souls, baby. If anybody ever tells you that there's no hope, that the world is a tough place, always remember that my opponent is currently playing a league with Lingering Souls in their deck. There is always hope, chat. There is always hope. Talk bad about my Lingering boys. Don't know what you want me to do. I don't know what you want me to do, Kevin. Got the push. No push. So this is going to be pretty academic. I guess they could have exactly Ashiok. If they have exactly Ashiok, it makes things a little bit more awkward. But if they don't have exactly Ashiok right here, right now, this is going to be a pretty easy win for us. I guess even if they have Ashiok, it's like we're still fine. Like we have a 6/6, right? My opponent still needs to be the 6/6. Scarlet Groves, Castle Garenbrick. Liliana of the Veil. Liliana was big back in the day. Liliana was big. I paid way too much money for my paper Lilianas. Tell you that much. I got the playset. Paid way too much money for them. Didn't we all? Yeah, it feels like we all paid too much money for it. I mean, it's just such a sweet card though, right? At the time even, I'm like, yeah, I mean, this is just an expensive card because it's a fucking sick card. Obviously, it's gonna be expensive. Why wouldn't it? Ban Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize OP. Please nerf. Have my judge one sitting in a binder? Yeah. Feels bad. Feels bad. Honestly, that is the saddest thing, right? Like, Modern is supposed to be this format where you can play this. You can basically play your cards forever, right? Like that is the big upside of Modern as a format. But then like they print Uro and it's just, I mean, what is my poor Liliana? What is my Liliana supposed to do against an Uro, right? It just sucks. It just really sucks. Back in the days, I saw the playset of Lily to buy a new PS3. Nice. I bought my PS3 for $140, I think, with like 2 controllers and games and stuff, because my friend just wanted to get rid of it. It was great. Am I just been in this? I think I'm been in Dryad. Pog. Tide Hollow Scholar. Speaking of cards that became solid, I still tucked my gemstone mines away into my what the fuck do I do with this now binder last night. Along with Karn and Caviar Crossroads. Where Karn and Crossroads are kind of maybe still okay. We have Ballista, right? We don't have Ballista. Chat, why don't we have Ballista? God damn it. But we can go get Witchbane Orb so my opponent can't ultimate Liliana. Doesn't seem great. I mean, we can just Wormcoil, right? My opponent's gonna have 0 cards in hand. No boat either, yeah. We don't have the needle for Liliana if we wanted to. But that means that the Scholar just kills her. Daybeen Ashiok. We just worm, right? What happens if they ult Liliana? They ult Liliana. Yeah. Like, it's still fine. My opponent's totally gonna top deck fucking Path to Exile, aren't they? We're totally about to get passed out of this game. Split, opponent. Split away. My opponent does not know that I have a land in hand. Hello, is it Spiles? Isn't Coil plus Karn already the better option? Well, if I sack this, I get 2 3/3s, right? So here I can choose this one. And we basically have all of our mana plus 2 tokens. So I think I'm sacrificing this pile. Because I don't know if my opponent's playing Path to Exile. Maybe they are not, and I just got owned, but... Fulminator Mage. You got it. They can't jump with Fulminator now. Wait, what? So this means I don't lose my land? Seems very good for me. Oh, wow. Maelstrom Pulse or bust. Didn't click the pile here when it clicked what a pro. Yeah, I got it myself one too many times with that. So I've learned my lesson, god damn it. Tide Hollow Scholar. Oh no. My opponent experiencing the full sewer experience. The sewer experience obviously is I ultimate Liliana, I immediately lose the game 3 turns after. That's the sewer life. Zombie Apocalypse begins next turn. But opponent, why are you tapping 2 mana to cast your 2/2 zombies? It seems so much better to just get them by making land drops. Seems like a much better deal. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being silly, but it seems like a significantly better deal to just have your 2/2 zombies be land drops, you know? I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. I'm not very good at this game. uh, that would have been a pretty good, like, the meme of the what is it, like, woke versus, or whatever. I can't even say which meme I'm talking about. I mean, they got me in game one. They certainly got me in game one. I'm gonna say as much. Karn was pretty insane there. I'm not gonna lie. Karn was kind of ridiculous. Came down, my opponent like exiled my coding, which meant that the Liliana couldn't deny me the land drop that I needed, and then untapped and gave me a worm. Like, it's pretty sick. So if you 5-0 with this deck, are we all giving that guy who said this deck is bad shit? No, I still think it's bad. I mean, he dopated the events knowing that the deck is bad. If I 5-0 knowing that the deck is bad, it's just magic, you know. Lurrus. Divergent I hold a scholar, the chat field of the dead. No, like the woke is the second word, but there's it's like two words. One of them is like something that rhymes with woke, and I can't remember what that word is. Broke woke. There you go. Well, my sequencing is super awkward here. I think we'd start with that. I think we start with that. Typical me needing help from zoomers for the memes. Yeah. I mean, I'm a boomer, so boomers don't know memes. I mean, the memes that I remember are, it's too damn high. Like, that's one of the old memes that I still remember to this day. And I even use it sometimes. Like, that's how bad it is. Did I just hear Friend's stream is going woke? Oh god, California got him. Watch out, he's gonna raise taxes on push-ups. Wow. I mean, taxes on push-ups have been pretty high already. So it's not a surprise. Like, it was about to happen. We can call for operation here. We might have to, honestly. Because this stupid Scourge is gonna kill me. This might just be lethal already, actually. With TBR. Ha 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 ha. Yep, that's lethal. That's lethal, alright. Bring those in. Bring these in. What if we do something like this? Kind of like this. Exceed redeem 30 push-ups, so you're kind of gonna have to do them. When you say kind of gonna have to, what do you mean? Push-ups are a limit investment now. Pretty sure the push-up industry is bankrupt. So many others and for failed. I don't know, man. I wouldn't be so sure. All I know is that the push-up economy has has had its ups and downs. Like, nobody's denying that. This was a tough year for the push-up economy. This has been a tough year. No, the worst part is, like, I've been working out, actually, for the past, like, 2 weeks or 3 weeks at this point. So I have been doing push-ups, but you don't see them. So it's like I'm not doing them. So it's a complete disaster. Almost is like a waste of push-ups, if I'm being honest. It's free content. Do you think people really want to see me work out? We are expecting Blood Moon here, by the way. Turn 1 this so we can turn to explore off of a basic forest and then hold up path. Violate shareholder trust. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. I mean, they knew Reclaimer was coming, so they have to have an answer to the Reclaimer. I think I'm next turn. If they do kill the Reclaimer, I'm gonna prevent preemptively explosives for 3. Are we Valacuting? No, we're just playing green white Reclaimer. No, not what I would call Valacuting, you know? Valacuting. Valacutting. Vala shooting. This is obviously bad if my opponent has a K command. It's obviously bad if they have a discard spell for this path. Because of Blood Moon, Andrea. Would I cannot be Blood Moon here. My hand just did not line up. I didn't find fetch lands. So if they have Blood Moon, I just lose. I would have waited in path to do it, then I lose to Blood Moon. If they Blood Moon me, I cannot Explosives on 3. You lose to that? No, I don't. That's the point. Like, I can beat Blood Moon, and I can beat this Shadow too. We don't know if they have Blood Moon? No, we don't know. But, like, that's what play around in is all about. Whenever you play around something, you don't know whether your opponent has it or not, sometimes. But I have to know what I lose to, and I lose to Blood Moon right here. We have an answer to this Shadow. I prefer to play around the almost lethal. I'm at 19. This is a 7-7. We're fine. If they have a Thoughtseize, I get a lot more worried, but they didn't reveal Lurrus, so I know that they're playing Blood Moon. Bolt plus TBR. So you'd rather play around 2 cards that kill you instead of 1 card that kills you. That doesn't make sense at all. In fact, I'm more certain that my opponent has Blood Moon than they have Bolt. Like, Bolt is very likely what they cut to make room for the Blood Moons. Shadow is not... Yeah, and I have an answer to it. I have the Shadow covered. So I'm losing. I am choosing. It's a choice, like always, Andrea. It's always a choice. You just have to think about what you want to beat. Right now, I choose to beat Blood Moon, and I choose to lose to TBR plus Bolt or whatever. Like, if you want to play around TBR plus Bolt, then obviously the play is a lot different. But if my opponent does have the Blood Moon, I straight up lose. I cannot beat it, right? Because I only have 1 basic forest, and I don't have Druid in my deck. If I had Druid in my deck, I could play around the Blood Moon to an extent, but I don't. So I am choosing to play around the Blood Moon. And maybe I get rewarded, maybe I get wrecked. We have 4 Dryad, yeah, that's 4 cards. It's 4 cards in my entire deck that saved me. And if my opponent plays a Blood Moon and they play a second Shadow, then I am 100% lost. Then I 100% lose because even my path to exile is dead. So like you just have to choose what you want to play around. And I chose to play around this because I feel like this is the most likely scenario that I lose. He plays Moon, he can play Shadow. I don't know that because they can have a fetch land, right? Like, it's pretty easy for them to find one swamp. And they were already at Shadow. Like, they already had the Shadow in play. It's just a matter of, like, picking and choosing what you want to lose to, basically. And I think that this is... this is the path that makes it more likely for me to win. Or less likely for me to lose straight up. I'm super patient with this nonsense. I mean, I think that it's just worth talking about this stuff. Like, that's why we're all here, right? Like, we want to like discuss this kind of things. And what we're gonna see here very likely is gonna be something like my opponent might blow this up with a K command on end step, and then untap and slam the moon. But we get super rewarded for my line now. I don't think I can afford to take 7 here, so I'm just gonna path now. I'm usually about discussing. What I don't like is when people say, oh, easy this or easy that, or like you clearly do this right here, and it's just like, no, you don't. That's just not how it works. I think I'm YOLOing here. I'm gonna call for a Titan and I'm gonna hope that it's good. Easy play, Elan. What do you want to do, opponent? Bolt my face. Okay. Now what? That's it. Okay. We could also call for Worm. I don't like calling for a Dryad because that runs face first into Boil. So I'm not going to call for a Dryad. Calling for a Worm is interesting. Calling for Reclaimer is the calling for Titan is the high risk, high reward play. I think it's between calling for Titan and calling for Wormcoil. They don't have Boil, yes, I know, but like if they have Push, they have Dismember. Like they could have a Dryad backfires many different ways. Maybe it is what I have to do though. Maybe I just have to. Yeah, I think I might be in a situation where I just have to go for it. So they used one Dismember, so they would need to have exactly Dismember. I guess they don't have double bolt because I would be dead. So I think I'm just gonna YOLO with this. I think this is the line. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. Not blocking the Soulscar Mage, obviously. Easy deflecting palm. That sucks. I might actually just... Oh, they have Lava Dart? What the fuck? Well, that's lethal. I guess it isn't. We go down to exactly one. So we can draw exactly Wormcoil. We can draw exactly Wormcoil. Or not. Okay, we died. I still stand by my reasoning. Like clearly that those were my opponent's top decks, right? My opponent top deck first the Soulscar Mage and then they top deck the Monastery Swift Spear. Otherwise it would have been just strictly correct for them to play them earlier. Especially after I already played the Explosive. So they just wanted to keep us on the 4-1 dream. Yeah, make sure that we stay on the 4-1 lane instead of getting those silly trophies. This hand is not good. Actually, am I shipping this? We're playing against the Lurrus deck. We have Blast Zone, which is great against... I think we're actually keeping this. Karn is also great against fucking Hammer Time. There's the green source that we needed. That's great. What the hell are we playing against? Is this Merfolk? What? Excuse me, what? Emayashi Merfolk? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. There we go. Yeah, it is the folk. The folk! Smuggle Macopter. Yeah, the one and only. The one and only. Castle off the top one time, easy. Castle off the top one time, easy. Let's go. The blast stone has been seized. That was probably the best run in the deck, by the way. Yeah, I don't know why they used Immutable to crew. That makes no sense to me. What I'm trying to think here is like which combination of cards does my opponent need to win this game? Because like next turn I'm slamming the Titan. So if I minus Karn here, get explosives. My opponent plays a 2-drop. They have to tap out to kill my Karn, so we just go get explosives. We guarantee that we get some value here. If they want to do something, like whatever, we just kill them with a Titan, so... Juliana of the Veil. Any Astral Ren haters in chat? Shut up, Goblin. It was great. I had fun playing my stupid deck. Leave me alone, okay? Just leave me alone. How did it go? Not well. It did not go well. Neither of the leagues that we played with Astral Ren went well. Neither of them. Don't worry about it. Jose Felicissimo, thank you for the follow. I have fun when you play my stupid deck, friend. It does a little better. Yeah. 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 What are the chances that my opponent is playing... What are the chances that my opponent is playing fucking... Unified Will? Considering the fact that they're playing Merfolk, pretty damn high, right? In fact, I would dare to say that they are 100% playing Unified Will here. So I'm just gonna jam this into Unified Will. Oh, they just solved. That makes things a lot easier. What's Karn doing? Where's Karn going? Is Karn plussing? Is Karn minusing? They can't have the dude that taps my dude. They could have it next turn though. I'm just gonna minus for needle, name immutable. I don't think we can lose anymore, I don't think. Animate EE. Don't worry about me, I'm just out here chilling, playing green-white prison. Good old green-white prison. I think my opponent missed the fact that they can attack, right? Green-white Karn Creator Prison, favorite modern deck after green-white Elder Abyss Toolbox. God damn it, Bamsing. Green-white Toolbox Prison. Oh no, a 2-drop. Opponent. 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 Damn you, goldfish naming. Yeah. Stupid goldfish naming. Very off-brand for Merfolk to have a winning record. Ouch. Oh, sweet. We also killed the Smuggler Sculptor. Well, now their Unified Wills don't really do anything. So, let's play the big one. Well, very smart of me to play around Mana League like a champion last turn. Rewarded? Are you telling me you didn't have faith, Andrea? Are you telling me that you didn't have faith? Of course I got rewarded. It was a sick play. It was an insane play. Obviously I got rewarded. Merfolk players, 5 head deck builders. Yep. Karn was kind of good there. I don't think it's going to be good under normal circumstances. And I also think that my opponent just didn't know the interaction between Dryad and their lords. In case you don't know, Dryad of the Legion Groves makes my lands every type. And amongst every type, there's island. And my opponent's lords give their dudes island walk. So I'm not sure also what's the point of showing leaked and scooping. I don't know. Maybe they thought that I only had 2 mana. Maybe they miscalculated there. What do you say, Karn and Reclaimer are friends? Yeah, I mean, just the same way that you have Brangelina, right? Yeah, you had Brangelina, you have Karn Claimer. It's the same thing. Kida the Pro, thank you for the follow. Brangelina, Karn Claimer. Just beautiful. Did I see the deck? No. I didn't see it. Can you hook me up with a... Yeah, we're definitely keeping this. Can you hook me up with a link, Stabs? paid the points. It's gonna be a meme, right? I am feeling the meme already. You hear that? That's the sound of a meme incoming. I would even say that's the sound of a meme incoming. Incoming. Right? Incoming. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Alright, opponent, I'm ready to get shadowed out from your Merfolk deck. Give it to me. My body is ready. Oh, we have turn 3 Dryad, right? No, we don't. Yeah, I mean we do, but we just don't have enough lands to trigger. So unlucky. Honestly, my opponent is the real hero here. They are 3-1 playing Merfolk. Nothing but respect for them. Absolutely nothing but respect. Merfolk has a good matchup versus some fair decks. It's possible. I think I'm gonna get Flagstones. I could get Blast Zone. If I get Blast Zone, we could also get Valakut. Valakut is better if I want to present the Dryad. Huh, this one's actually super close. Because, like, the Python Needle is on the stack, right? So, whenever the Python Needle resolves, my opponent's either going to name Elvish Reclaimer or they're going to name something like Blast Zone or Engineered Explosives, right? So, if I get the Blast Zone, then basically I'm telling my opponent, name Blast Zone here, meaning that my Reclaimer remains active. So, I think that's good for me. Let's do that. My Reclaimer is going to be a little bit less powerful, but since my curve just fits anyway, because I have both Explorer and Eladamri's Skull, I think that this is fine. So my opponent is very likely to just name Blast Zone here. Isn't Cavern better? Yeah, I mean, Cavern is interesting, but I think that I can play around their mana leaks very easily, so what I'm going to be losing to, if anything, is going to be Aether Gust, not their counter magic. Also, they can just name Reclaimer anyway. This means that their dudes can't attack because the Reclaimer is going to be a 3/4. And I can either grow the Blast Zone or I can call an end step. Does Merfolk qualify as blue? No, it definitely does not. Merfolk is good. Merfolk can have Force of Negation. What we should have is we should have like an honorary agreement between the entire Magic community that said that Uro and Force of Negation would never go in the same deck. So then if Merfolk wants to have Force of Negation, they can, because they would still be terrible. So what you want is something like that. That's what the Magic community needs to basically make sure that the power level is even. Merfolk is what blue should be, exactly. Exactly. I mean, I'm honestly, Egg, I kind of feel like I'm a little bit excited about seeing what you have for me today. Which memes are ahead? You always gotta love the meme that lies ahead. So if they do nothing here, I think I'm calling on end step. I could also tick up the Blast Zone, but I don't think I want to destroy my own land, so I think I'm just gonna call here. We call for Dryad, and we can play around Mana Leak very, very nicely. Mana Leak this? Oh no! But Mana Leak, no! what will I do? What will I do if you're Mana Leak my guy? How can I ever win? When am I getting my Oscar, chat? When am I getting my Oscar? Simeon plus Leak. Unsettled Mariner. Hell yeah. Let's go, baby. Anybody's game at this point. Oh, second Biting Needle. Love to see it. Love to see it. Anybody's game. 3 mana. What is this? Ninjutsu. Yeah, I know. I'm like, what? Show me. What do you got, opponent? No, they just put Lurrus in their hand. They can't even cast the Lurrus. Oh, Folk, never change. Oh, Folk, never ever change. I mean, the Folk are right, you know? You can't really get too mad at the Folk. They're just out there doing honest work. Just like, you know, playing their random dudes, you know, it's they're just good. Like they're okay. They're okay. Yeah. Yeah, I've been practicing. When am I getting my Oscar? 4-1, as expected. Obviously, as expected to see a 4-1 with this 61 card list. Don't play this. don't play this list. This is bad. This is bad. This is bad. This is medium, I guess. Like, look at that. We just have three full sideboard slots, which we can mess around with. We can also make room in the main deck somehow, because I'm not playing 61 cards. You could also do something like this. Boop. That's definitely interesting. That is definitely interesting. As far as the cyber cards that I would like to have, I think that Force of Vigor is pretty well positioned right now. This deck doesn't play that many green cards though. Just 20. Boil Stride is quite a combo, yeah, for sure. Boil is quite powerful. Let's do this. And what else would I do if I were to play this? I would have liked to have access to a ballista at one point, but probably can't really play that many. Mishra's Masterpiece coming back for the 10th month with your 1 sub. Thank you so much, Mishra's Masterpiece. Welcome back to the Primetime Stronghold. We could also just cut the apparition from the main, but I basically don't think I ever want to do that. Cutting the path is a little bit sus. Also, I strongly recommend using the correct needle art. And Eidolon? Probably Eidolon. Because like stuff like Collector Roof gets kind of replaced by Karn, so it's just fine. But Eidolon doesn't. So if you're playing against a deck like Storm, you miss Eidolon. So I guess this is what I would try next. This is what I would try next. Fix the mana base a little bit. We can't play a second cavern either, too. So let's cut that. And that's our second forest. Yeah. This seems better. That instead of the cavern, it could be the grove that I just cut. Nah, probably forest is just better. Do they just say special and cut it Dryad? Just say it's a madman. Just say it's an absolute madman, so no. But yeah, I mean, just Karn is just great. I don't know what else I can say at this point. Like, Karn is just awesome. Just jam it in every shell whatsoever. It just doesn't matter. Like the other day we were playing like with this mono green devotion list, right? Like it just doesn't matter. Just play Karn in any shell whatsoever, regardless of anything else, and you're fine. You're fine. That's it. That's all you need. Just play Karn. Play Karn. Alright folks, that's it. Thank you so much for checking out the stream. We'll be back tomorrow for more action. Thank you for watching. If you're doing so on YouTube, make sure that you hit that like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.